And hello folks, this is David, and I'm bringing you a quick review of the new Alabeo Cessna 404 Titan. This aircraft just released yesterday, and I've flown it for about an hour and 20 minutes, I suppose. I flew it from San Juan to St. Martin. Just kind of get used to the airplane, pick up on some of its quirks, and right now we're sitting at St. Lucia. And just going to go ahead and get everything started up, and then I'll talk some about the airplane. Get my view set how I want. Alright, I've yet to figure out how to start this airplane up, so I'm just going to Control E it for now, and go from there. One thing I really do like about this airplane is how easy it was to integrate the Flight 1 GTN 750 into this airplane. All you had to do was go into the Cessna 404 file in your Sim Objects folder, and go in there, click it, this little exe file, and it installed the GTN into the airplane, and works great, looks great in the airplane. If you don't have the Flight 1 GTN, I definitely recommend getting it. But if you don't want to spend the money on it, that's perfectly understandable. But in the stock GNS 430 in this airplane, it's actually pretty decent. Alabeo has done some work on it to make it more functional than the stock GPS. This also has the Coronado Avidyne unit in here, and the normal Coronado radar. All that's functional. Definitely don't need the radar today, though. It's a beautiful day here in St. Lucia. Just kind of going over some of the stuff. The VC in this airplane looks really good. They've done a lot of wear in the textures, the panels. These have a lot of scratches on them, a little bit of dirt. Even the seat belt here has like little scratches in the plastic. It's pretty cool. The textures are great. You can see like the stitching there. Pretty nice. The back seat of the airplane, really nicely modeled. This looks great. Definitely in a commuter type configuration. So it'd be definitely fun flying it down here in the islands, kind of like in the commuter mode. One thing I like a lot about this airplane is this. It just kind of has a real islandy feel to it. Is this side window here you can open up. I was kind of surprised this airplane does not have cowl flaps on it. I was looking for the cowl flaps switch when I first flew it. Couldn't find it, and I came out to find that there is no cowl flaps on this airplane. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and taxi out and go fly around a little bit, and I'll show you all the VC and the VC night lighting and stuff like that here in a minute when we get out there. One thing I do like also is that they took the time to add the sound you get when you do a prop check. When you pull the propeller back, they took the time to add that sound. That's the first time I've seen that in a Coronado or a Alabeo airplane. So that's kind of a nice little touch. There's a lot of nice little touches in this airplane. Obviously all the gauges are modeled in 3D. All the reflections on the glass look great. Just a really nice airplane. Yeah, I'm gonna shut up now and just let y'all listen to the engine sounds on this thing. They are kind of anticlimactic at full pitch, but they still sound really pretty good in between. Drop the flaps and go. The airplane is really nicely equipped. You got the radar altimeter and obviously everything you'd ever need to fly. Especially if you put the GTN 750 in there. Just a great setup. And they did a really nice job of integrating that into the panel and still leaving you with backup radios and everything like that. Just a really bang up job. Another thing, if you're looking for scenery down south in the Caribbean, this is one of my favorite airports. This is by Taxi to Gate, I think. It's Latin VFR Taxi to Gate. I think it's Taxi to Gate this airport's by. And it's just really nice, really detailed, very worth the money. And looks really nice and realistic. The detail that Alabeo and Carenado go into their airplanes is just, it's second to none. The visuals are perfection. I mean, you even got the little serial plate sticker there on the shock for the door here. And externally, this airplane is, as usual with these guys, stunning. I mean, just great looking airplane, and definitely fits into the whole island theme. And I just love the way Prepare 3D handles evenings. Just looks so real and looks so pretty. A couple of things I did notice on the airplane. Number one, that the left engine here, on the manifold pressure is backwards, and then it doesn't have this part to it, the pointy part of the needle. Now, the left part, I think that is wrong. This part, I don't know, maybe the 404 does not have that. I think the 340 does. I have flown the Cessna 340 in real life. And I think it does have one on both sides, but maybe the 404 doesn't. Maybe that's a modeling error. I don't know. Power settings, I really don't know them yet for this airplane. I haven't really taken the time to look at them. Another thing I don't like about this airplane is the amount of rudder authority it has. It just seems like it's really overpowered in the rudder department. Like right here, this is about half deflection, the rudders. That's a lot of deflection. Then we'll go to full deflection here, and you can just sit there, and it's just a lot of deflection from the rudders there. And recover out of that almost stall there. But yeah, you can really throw the airplane around the rudders. I mean, honestly, that's about the only thing I dislike about this airplane. The VC night lighting is really nice. You can't really see it right now, but I'll go to night mode here in a minute, and have a look at it then. One thing I would have liked to see them do is to set this up to where you can adjust it in between. I mean, that is somewhat useful, but being able to pull it down at different angles would have been nice and a lot more useful. So if they could add that later on, that would be a really great thing for them to do in like a service pack. Yeah, it's just a really great flying airplane. It flies really well, really responsive airplane, but not like overly performing. It flies like a large twin Cessna should, and yeah. I would really love to see either Alabeo or Carenado make a Cessna 421C.
500.
this airplane, flying this airplane, really brings me back to the days of like FS 2002 with the Flight 1. Oh, shut up, GTN 750. I'm not going to kill us. Flying that Flight 1 Cessna 421C. That was like my favorite airplane in that game. And up until FSX, it was about my favorite airplane around. And really, honestly, twin Cessnas in flight sim for so long have been lacking, and it's great to see that they have the 340, which is a great airplane by Coronado, and the 404 now. I've yet to fly the 402 by Fly Simware nor the 441, but those are on my list to get, mainly the 441. I'd like to see how it performs. I guess what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch to night, and I'll show y'all what the night lighting looks like in this thing. There we go. It's magically nighttime now. My load times are forever because I don't have an SSD, but it's like $70 for a terabyte or like $500 for a terabyte. I put the money toward a video card and a better processor. Basically, this is the night lighting in the VC. For these, it's not dimmable, but they do have this here that controls that, and so these are all individually controllable. It's got some more. You got to pull the propeller levers back to actually get to these. If you had an easy dock, it'd be easier. But I do like that they have incorporated shadows into all that, and it looks really nice. The shadows obviously don't move with them. It would have been neat if they had modeled those to move a little bit, but it is what it is. The one thing I would also change is that the cabin lights are tied to the panel lights. I would have preferred to have seen the cabin lights not be tied to the panel lights. The dome lights are separate though, so that's nice. And I do have HDR enabled right now and prepared, and it looks really good. Like the lighting system was intentionally designed for Prepare 3D and HDR. It's not over bloomed. It just looks really, really nice. Exterior wise, flip some of the switches on, put some of these lights on. Exterior wise, I'm just going to go to actual spot plan or locked spot instead of that. Exterior wise, it looks great. Good lighting, and on landing, the lighting looks really nice, and the full moon's looking really pretty tonight as well. Here. One thing I don't understand about Coronado or Alabeo is why they put their gear warning sirens up so high. Like, I think this one kicks on at 35%, and that's fine and all, but I'm going to have to go in the aircraft CFG and change it to be more in line with how I fly. I'm going to drop the gear there to shut it up. One thing you might have noticed on startup is that the airplane has some nice shaking effects to it now, and that's real nice. And the sounds while the airplane's rolling are really nice. They started featuring that for Coronado, I believe, in the Hawker 850, the nice rolling sounds that really you'd only found like in PMDG up until, let's see, 777, I think, was the first one that had all the really good rolling sounds. Maybe the NGX had them. I can't remember. But yeah, it has really good rolling sounds, and like in here, this power range sounds are great. Yes, I know I'm well below blue line, but the problem with this airplane is if you fly blue line on the approach, you'll float about 3/4 of the way down the runway. I figured that out at St. Martin when I was landing there. Another thing I do like about this is that the landing lights actually show the runway and not just like 2 feet in front of the airplane like on most Coronado airplanes. The King Airs come to mind with that, and they have the xenon lights and everything on this airplane. Looks real nice. I'm just gonna shut up now and let y'all hear the sounds this thing's got. It's taxing. Get all that nice like panel squeaking in the airplane and stuff bouncing around. Real nice. Little bitty touches. That makes a big impact. Let's see if I can make Charlie without having to turn around. Almost. One other thing about the airplane that I did notice, I think maybe a little bit over the top, is the shaking on shutdown animation at the very end. The beginning looks like great. Like right here it looks really good. At the end, this thing is like shaking around like crazy. I think it's a little bit too much, like right there. It's shaking way too much for the amount of propeller movement. But other than that, really nice airplane. Really happy with it. They implemented this so it shuts all the mags off at once. Kind of cool. That about sums it up. This is a real great airplane. I definitely recommend it. For the price tag of $35, it is 100% worth it. If you're looking for a good twin-engine airplane. Alright folks, well I hope you enjoyed the video, and please click the subscribe button, the like button. I appreciate it. Have a good one.